right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heartland Championship Wrestling. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with a Heartland YouTube production event, a hype show. We are in Houston at the Sam Houston Coliseum with Heartland Havoc 126, Become the Enemy. Become the Enemy, your theme song for this one. And we have 7 big matches for you in store as Al Red Sox fan is in the front row and ready for action here from Houston. Our main event this evening will be for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship as Pat Patterson, the reigning and defending NWA World Champion, takes on the upstart contender Hercules Hernandez. Hercules Hernandez came out of nowhere to win the Buckeye Bowl as a wild card entrant. He has no allies, he has no enemies, he has no contract, he has no manager. He is just a man on a mission on his own. But by virtue of winning the Buckeye Bowl, he has earned tonight's title match in our main event. Houston is where Derek Bauman is at. Cleveland baseball fan 879 Tim is here. Good evening to both of you fine gentlemen on this wonderful Saturday night for Heartland Championship Wrestling. 7 big matches tonight, 2 grudge matches, and 5 championships on the line here in Houston. Our opening match is a grudge match. Brought to you by Pro Wrestling Mid-America, the territory that runs the southwest part of the country, Tennessee, Texas, St. Louis, and through Middle America, AWA territory, and World Class Championship Wrestling territories represented here. And earlier, actually last month in Dallas, in a tag team competition, it was the team of Gary Albright and Steve Dr. Death Williams taking on the team of Ray the Crippler Stevens and Nick Bockwinkel. And that match ended in a double disqualification after a big brawl between Dr. Death and Nick Bockwinkel. And so we will see these two getting it on in a grudge match here in tonight's opening contest from Houston as Highlight Heyday joins us along with Salvador America. My last Heartland from here in Tennessee. Next Friday, I will be in Massachusetts. Well, best of luck to you, Salvador, with that relocation. As we go to our opening contest. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall to a finish with no time limit and no disqualifications. Introducing first, out of Beverly Hills, California. He stands at 6'1". He weighs 245 pounds. This is Nick Bockwinkel. As we say hello to Mark Ferguson, now in the chat room. And his opponent from Norman, Oklahoma, stands at 6'2", weighs 275 pounds. The man known as Dr. Death, Steve Williams. So definitely a contrast in styles here. Williams, of course, the football background. Rough and tumble out of the University of Oklahoma. All about the power and the high impact maneuvers. And his opponent, Nick Bockwinkel, very cerebral, very technical, very skilled, and very devious. As these two men open the show in a big grudge match. Grudge match dice in effect, the black and white. And it is a tie on the opening initiative roll. How about that? So right away, we bring you Shenanigans, brought to you by Play.com. And the face to the mat, highlight center booklet. Nick Bockwinkel going to the booklet in a hardcore match chart. And on a roll of 3-3 is the opponent powerful. And by far, Steve Williams has the power here. And as a result, the weaker wrestler is thrown through a window. Opponent scores 1 point. There are no windows here at ringside, but we'll say that They got into it outside the ring at the beginning of the match, and Steve Dr. Death Williams slams Nick Bockwinkel face first into one of the monitors on the announcer's table. And Dr. Death will open this match on the advantage, and he goes right to the spine buster, putting Nick Bockwinkel down on the canvas. And now a big football tackle executed by Dr. Death. And Nick Bockwinkel is stunned. Williams showing his power early on. The big football tackle again a second time puts Bockwinkel down on the canvas. And now a big lariat delivered by Williams, again putting Bockwinkel down. Bockwinkel taking some punishment here. And now a spine buster reversed by Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel gets out of the spine buster and reverses that into a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Dr. Death, and on a roll of 7, it is a running back elbow delivered by Nick Bockwinkel that stuns Dr. Death. Bockwinkel follows that up with the abdominal stretch. Smart move by the veteran, trying to slow things down, slow the pace of this match down, and weaken Dr. Death after some of those high-impact, high-intensity moves that Dr. Death initiated to start this match. And now a big back suplex delivered by Bockwinkel. He's going to go for a quick cover. The pin roll here will be Snake Eyes, and on a roll of 4, Dr. Death able to kick out. Bockwinkel now back on the offensive and choking his man down on the ropes. Can't nothing the referee going to do about it, because this is a no disqualification situation, but Williams powers his way out of that and into another big back suplex by Bockwinkel. Williams slowly getting to his feet. Bockwinkel is on him again. He is going to attempt a drop kick. A drop kick. This is a choice C maneuver, so he will need a roll of 7 or lower to hit the drop kick, and on a roll of 7, he hit it. And Dr. Death Steve Williams goes down. Bockwinkel a chance to do some damage here, and he's going to go right to the Bockwinkel sleeper. That deadly maneuver that Nick Bockwinkel is so well known for. The submission roll here will be 5 or lower, and on a roll of 5, he got him. How about that? Nick Bockwinkel puts Dr. Death to sleep right here in Houston to start off our opening contest. And that Bockwinkel sleeper is a devastating move indeed. Back in the history of the annals of Heartland Championship Wrestling, Nick Bockwinkel used that sleeper not once but twice to score victories over the legendary Andre the Giant, the only man in the history of the Heartland with 2 victories over Andre the Giant. And now we've seen him again execute that move successfully on one Steve Dr. Death Williams. Congratulations to Nick Bockwinkel, the winner in tonight's opening grudge match. And let's see if we missed anybody in the chat. Mark Ferguson, highlight heyday. Al, Red Sox fan. Yeah, all the crowd is here. Al, great Super Bowl play last night and today. Let me hear about your Super Bowl play last night and today. I caught one with Jason Flash Football. I've been watching Jason Flash Football a lot here in the past couple of weeks, and boy, he's got a nice channel. Check out that wonderful channel. And of course, Al Red Sox fan is here. Check out that wonderful channel. And if you would be so kind, sir, as to give us an update on your Super Bowl pre-play. The one that Jason Flash Football put on was a thriller, but not quite as thrilling as the one that was on Play.con. The Play.con YouTube channel on Thursday night. You have got to check that one out. And then tomorrow, of course, the big game, and we will be looking forward to checking that out as well. But for now, we bring you to our first title match of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect. This match is for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers, former Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Champions, at a total combined weight of 515 pounds out of Algiers, Algeria. It is the Mad Dog and the Butcher, the Vachon Brothers. So here comes Mad Dog and Butcher down to the ring. The Vachon Brothers looking to regain the titles that they lost just last month here in Pro Wrestling Mid-America to their opponents tonight, your reigning and defending PWMA Tag Team Champions. Introducing first, out of Woodland Hills, California, he stands at 6'2". He weighs 240 pounds. This is Wilbur Snyder. And his tag team partner out of Perry, Oklahoma, standing at 5'11", weighing 220 pounds. This is Danny Hodge. So Danny Hodge and Wilbur Snyder, your reigning and defending Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Champions, here to defend the titles tonight in Houston against the former champions, the Vachon Brothers. And we are ready for action. And it will be Danny Hodge starting things off against Mad Dog Vachon. Mad Dog, the more accomplished of the two Vachon brothers, former AWA World Heavyweight Champion. Danny Hodge as tough as they come among cruiserweights. And it will be Danny Hodge getting the opening advantage here as they come together in the center of the ring. And it is Hodge with an arm drag that takes Mad Dog over and down to the canvas. And quickly, Mad Dog tags in his brother, the Butcher, Paul Vachon. Coming into the ring now to take control on Danny Hodge. And now they're going to go with a double team attack. How about that? Right there on level 1 offense, the Vachon Brothers have a double team attack, and that is an add 1. So already Danny Hodge taking punishment here in this match. As Butcher now with a chance to do some more damage is going to pitch Danny Hodge out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Vachon Butcher with the advantage here. And on a roll of 8, it is Butcher Vachon winning the brawl on the arena floor with a stomach drop. Dropping Danny Hodge stomach first across the steel security railing. Vachon remains in control, and he now is going to go for a body slam. This is a choice D maneuver, choice D, so he can execute this on 10 or lower. And on a roll of 8, he connects on the body slam, and he's going to go for the quick cover. The pin roll here is 4, and on a roll of 6, Danny Hodge able to kick out. Now Mad Dog comes into the ring, and we're going to see some double team action brought to you by the Vachon Brothers. But on a roll of 10, it is Butcher holding Danny Hodge, while Mad Dog comes off of the far ropes with a deadly elbow smash. Not the most effective double team move, but Mad Dog is now the legal man in the ring and in control. And he is going to hit Danny Hodge with a big knee breaker. And it is going to be, back breaker. And it is going to be Danny Hodge again rolling out of the ring and down to the arena floor. But on a roll of 10. That is going to be the foreign object roll. It is Mad Dog Vachon with the ring mic. Mad Dog Vachon hitting Danny Hodge with the ring microphone. Will we see a disqualification here? No, we will not. Danny Hodge is in the ring and in some trouble. As Mad Dog Vachon is going to go for the finish. He hits the pile driver. That is his +2 finisher. The pin roll here is 7. It's going to be Wilbur Snyder attempting the pin save. And on a roll of 10, the pin save is unsuccessful. So Danny Hodge now pinned on a roll of 7 or lower, and on a roll of 4, he got him. And we've got new tag team champions in Pro Wrestling Mid-America. The Vachon Brothers getting it done in the most efficient fashion. The Vachons aren't getting paid by the hour here tonight, as Danny Hodge tastes defeat in quick fashion. Mad Dog with the pile driver and the victory, and the Vachon Brothers have regained the PWMA Tag Team Championship. All right, so 2 matches down and 5 to go. Our Red Sox fan did a pre-play using second season and the free PDF of the Chiefs and the Eagles. Yeah, second season, fun game. I like it. And while we're on the topic of outside projects, last night I finished my History Maker Golf project, my History Maker Golf 1980 partial season replay, 13 tournaments. And the ultimate tournament last night was the PGA Tour Championship. Winner takes the crown for the year, and Hale Irwin got the win at the PGA Tour Championship in Atlanta. And Hale Irwin is the king of the 1980 PGA Tour. Brought to you by Play.com. Jay Randis joins us here. Good evening to you, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a triple threat match, a grudge match brought to you by the Atlantic Wrestling Federation. And it all centers on the antics of this man, Super Crazy. Super Crazy has come into the AWF and just wreaked havoc everywhere he has been. He has made enemies and rivals among the baby faces. He's made enemies and rivals among the heels as well. And tonight he has stirred the pot up enough that he has gotten himself into a triple threat match. This unpredictable wild man, Super Crazy out of Monterrey, Mexico, comes to the ring for a triple threat match against his opponents. First, from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, standing at 6'3", weighing 256 pounds. Accompanied by Bobby the Brain Heenan, this is Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig. And their opponent comes to you out of Yokohama, Japan, standing at 6'2", weighing 225 pounds. This is Antonio Inoki. So a triple threat match. Inoki, Super Crazy, and Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig in competition here. I don't know how often I've done my triple threat matches on the channel. I have my own set of triple threat rules, and my triple threat matches are based on a system of red, white, and blue. First off, I assign each of the wrestlers a color. Just from left to right here, it will be Inoki represented by the red, Super Crazy by the white, and Mr. Hennig and Curt Hennig by the blue. So when we roll the red, white, and blue dice to determine different situations, that will be how we discover which wrestlers may or may not be involved in a given scenario. We also use the red, white, and blue dice for each of the moves during the match, with the red dice being the offensive move, the white die being the defensive move, and the blue die being whatever happens with the wrestler who is not involved in the move itself. So offense, defense, and the third guy. And we may see throughout the match the third guy may attack the wrestler on offense. He may attack the wrestler who's down. He may sit and rest and do his own thing and let the other two battle it out. We'll see what happens. I do have this triple threat match chart that I use that is a homebrew production. So with that, let's get it on. Inoki, Super Crazy, and Hennig ready for triple threat action. And the opening initiative roll is 3-3-1. And the blue 1 means that Hennig is the low man, and the doubles on the red-white mean that we're going to open the match with Inoki and Super Crazy double teaming on Curt Hennig. So Hennig already is on the receiving end of a double team maneuver. And after that, it will be Inoki on the attack on level 3 offense against Mr. Perfect. So Inoki and Super Crazy beat down Curt Hennig. Inoki takes over control on offense, and he will be on level 3 after the double team beatdown. And he will execute a death jump. Death jump is the roll. Hennig is a death jump A. Hennig also has the agility advantage. So Inoki will bypass the death jump and we'll go back to another initiative roll. A lot better of that. And now it is Antonio Inoki on the receiving end of the double team from Super Crazy and Hennig. So perhaps Inoki was thinking about going up to the top turnbuckle. Hennig and Super Crazy back jumped Inoki. And now it is going to be Hennig taking control on Inoki, but only on level 2 offense after that move. So Inoki made his mistake of turning his back on his opponents. Hennig took advantage, and it is going to be Hennig now with a rolling neck snap. And Inoki is hurt. Super Crazy will sit back and watch the action as Hennig continues his attack. And Hennig now with a back suplex on Inoki, and Inoki is dazed. And Super Crazy on a roll of 6 now is going to do what? He is going to attack Curt Hennig. Super Crazy attacks Curt Hennig from behind, so Crazy picks his spot here. Jumps on Curt Hennig from behind, and he hits Curt Hennig with a Crazy Bomb, and Curt Hennig is hurt, and the attack will continue. Super Crazy stays on him now with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Mr. Perfect. He is an A rating, and on a roll of 6, it is Hennig stunning Super Crazy with a running shoulder block. So Hennig now on Super Crazy as Antonio Inoki still recovering from his attack. And it is Hennig now with a standing drop kick on Super Crazy that hurts him. And now it's going to be Inoki attacking Hennig. Inoki coming after Hennig here. These two have gotten after each other. And it is Inoki coming after Hennig, and on a roll of 3, he hits tries to attempt a reverse hammerlock and is unsuccessful in doing so. So we're back to the drawing board. All 3 men coming together. And this time it is going to be Inoki with a double noggin knocker on the other 2 wrestlers. Super Crazy tried to get involved. Inoki was wise to that. And it will be Super Crazy now being attacked by Antonio Inoki on level 2 offense. Inoki now with a diving knee drop onto Super Crazy. He's going to go for a pin roll here, and the pin roll is 3. There's also a pin save rule. The 3rd wrestler can attempt a pin save and is successful on a roll of 2 to 10 minus the fatigue. So early in the match, Hennig has 0 fatigue. He'll be very easily able to break up this pinfall on a roll of 10 or lower. Hennig breaks that up. So nothing will happen there. And after the pin attempt, it is going to be Hennig coming back after Inoki. Hennig coming after Inoki now on level 1 of offense. And it is Hennig with a chop to the chest of Inoki. Inoki is dazed, and Hennig is going to stay on the attack. Hennig now with a series of punches to the head of Antonio Inoki. And Inoki now is hurt. And Super Crazy still biding his time. Hennig now on level 2 comes with a snapmare, taking Inoki over and down. Hennig continues his attack on Inoki with a standing drop kick. And let's see, that pin roll was on Super Crazy, so he took a point of fatigue there. Standing drop kick delivered by Hennig, and Inoki is stunned. Hennig stays on him. And now Hennig with a rolling neck snap is stunned. And now it is going to be on a roll of 6. Super Crazy jumping on Curt Hennig. And Crazy comes at him with a spin kick. Spin kick delivered by Super Crazy. And Hennig is stunned. And now it is going to be Inoki getting after Super Crazy. These guys are all over each other. And it is Inoki now with an open hand slap on Super Crazy. And Super Crazy is going to fire right back. Super Crazy attempts a fireman's drop on Inoki. That's a power move. And that is unsuccessful. And that puts Inoki in control. And now it is going to be Hennig jumping on Super Crazy, taking advantage of the man while he's down. And Hennig now with a standing drop kick on Super Crazy. Inoki on Super Crazy. We've got a double team going against Super Crazy. And it is Inoki now with a diving stomp onto Super Crazy. Super Crazy is hurt. Inoki stays on the attack. And Inoki now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Super Crazy. And on a roll of 12, it is an incredible neck-breaking clothesline delivered by Antonio Inoki onto Super Crazy. Super Crazy is down. And it's going to be Curt Hennig now jumping on Super Crazy, trying to take advantage of the man while he's down yet again. Hennig doing some backfighting here, and Hennig now has Super Crazy in the sleeper. Sleeper hold applied. Super Crazy drops down to one knee. Inoki is coming after Super Crazy now with a bow and arrow move, and that's it. Super Crazy's had enough. He is going out of the ring and down to the arena floor. So what is going to happen on the arena floor? We will run die, and on a roll of 1, it is going to be Inoki and Super Crazy going to the floor, with Hennig remaining in the ring. And on a roll of 8, it is Inoki winning the brawl on the arena floor as they come back into the ring. And again, it is going to be Inoki on the attack against Super Crazy. And now Inoki with a Cobra Twist. And he is going to go for a submission here. The submission roll is 4. Curt Hennig's pin save is 10, and he is able to make the save. But Super Crazy absorbs another point of fatigue. And after that pin attempt, it is going to be Hennig jumping on to Inoki. Inoki went for the pin. Hennig pulled him off, and now it is Hennig attacking Inoki. And Hennig with a cocky slap to the face. Inoki not taking kindly to that at all. Inoki fires back and whips Hennig into the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Curt Hennig, and on a roll of 8, it is a big kick that stuns Curt Hennig. Inoki maintaining control, and Inoki now with a diving knee drop onto Hennig, and Hennig is hurt yet again. Inoki on the attack, and Inoki now with a jumping stomp onto Hennig, and Hennig is hurt by that, and Inoki will continue on the attack. Inoki continues that with a series of karate kicks to the leg. Hennig on the receiving end of those, as Inoki and Hennig going back and forth here. Inoki now with a belly-to-back suplex, and that puts Hennig down, and Hennig stays down. Hennig in trouble here. Inoki still on the attack, and it is Inoki now with a Cobra Twist. Submission move, and Curt Hennig may be forced to submit here. Super Crazy's save roll is on 8 or lower. And on a roll of 10, Super Crazy not able to make the save. Hennig will be submitted here on Snake Eyes. Oh, and he almost got him. Almost a near submission by Antonio Inoki with that Cobra Twist. And now it is Inoki continuing his attack on Hennig, as Super Crazy has been incapacitated, and Inoki is again going to not go up for the death jump, and let and Hennig is going to be able to get to his feet here. And as they come back together again, it is Super Crazy, the high man, and he is going to be attacking Mr. Perfect, and he's going to attack him on level 2 offense. Crazy now getting after Curt Hennig, and Crazy with a tilt-to-whirl backbreaker onto Hennig, and Hennig is hurt. Super Crazy now continuing the attack on Hennig with a leaping DDT, and now Curt Hennig is down. Super Crazy continuing on the attack, and now Super Crazy is going to go up for the death jump. He doesn't care because he's crazy. And on a roll of 10, that is the agility roll, which means the death jump attempt fails as Curt Hennig gets onto the second turnbuckle and takes Super Crazy down with a big superplex. Over and down to the canvas hard. And now it is going to be Inoki getting back involved. And Inoki is going to jump in and attack Mr. Perfect before Mr. Perfect can make the pinfall. And it is an inside leg trip executed by Inoki. Super Crazy now going to jump on Inoki. And Super Crazy hits Inoki with a big drop kick. And Inoki is dazed. And now it is Hennig coming after Super Crazy. And Hennig now with a running knee lift on Super Crazy. Super Crazy is hurt. Hennig on Super Crazy again with a snapmare. Super Crazy able to reverse that. Super Crazy battling back on Hennig with a basement drop kick. And Hennig is stunned. And now Inoki going to jump on Hennig. And it is Inoki with a diving stomp onto Mr. Perfect. And Mr. Perfect finally is able to stagger to his feet. And now it is going to be Mr. Perfect coming after Super Crazy. And Hennig with a hip toss on Super Crazy. Takes him over and down to the canvas hard. Super Crazy rolls through. And now Inoki comes after Super Crazy. And Inoki hits Super Crazy with a jumping stomp. Super Crazy now is hurt. Inoki is in control and on the offense. Inoki follows that up with another diving stomp. And again, Super Crazy able to dodge that one. And it is Hennig jumping in and attacking Super Crazy. As Super Crazy rolls through, Hennig hits him with a running knee lift. And now Super Crazy is down. And it's going to be Inoki coming after Hennig. Boy, they're just going back and forth all over the place. Here is Inoki grabbing Hennig for a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Mr. Perfect, Curt Hennig. And on a roll of 10, it is Inoki nailing Curt Hennig with a big move. And Hennig is down. Inoki now in control. And Inoki going for the sleeper. Sleeper hold applied by Inoki, weakening Curt Hennig. Inoki remains on the attack with another whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Hennig. And on a roll of 12, it is an incredible neck-breaking clothesline delivered by Inoki. Hennig is down. And Inoki will continue on the attack. Inoki on the attack here with a bow and arrow. Inoki pressing the attack on Mr. Perfect with another whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Curt Hennig. And on a roll of 5, this time it is Hennig who lifts a knee to the head of Inoki and stuns Inoki. Hennig now coming back with a running knee lift on Inoki. Inoki is hurt. Hennig battling back against Inoki with a rolling neck snap. He's going to go for a cover. The pin roll only a 1, so there will need to be no pin save. But Inoki eats his first point of fatigue. And now it is Super Crazy attacking Hennig as Hennig went for the cover. Super Crazy coming at Hennig with a chop to the chest. Hennig dazed by that move. Super Crazy stays on him. Super Crazy now with a big drop kick. He missed that one. And down goes Super Crazy. They come together in the center of the ring, and it is Super Crazy who was playing possum there and is able to get Hennig and Inoki into a double noggin knocker. And Super Crazy now is in control against Curt Hennig. Super Crazy comes at Hennig with a lifting surfboard. Hennig able to reverse his way out of that. And now it is Inoki coming in to attack Super Crazy. And Inoki on Super Crazy hits him with a diving stomp. And Super Crazy is stunned. Now Super Crazy comes back after Inoki with a monkey flip. Inoki is taken down, and Hennig will jump on Inoki. And Hennig jumps on Inoki with a hip toss and takes him over and down to the canvas once again. Hennig in control on Inoki with another chop to the chest. Inoki stunned by that maneuver. Hennig stays on him with another forearm hammer. Hennig follows that up with an arm drag, and Inoki is down once again. And this time it is going to be Super Crazy jumping in and getting the best of Curt Hennig from behind. And Super Crazy has just pitched Curt Hennig out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Caught him from behind and pitched him out of the ring. And on a roll of 2, it is going to be Super Crazy and Curt Hennig going at it on the arena floor. And on a roll of 3, it is Curt Hennig winning the brawl on the arena floor with a throat drop onto the security railing. So Super Crazy now is down and out of it on the arena floor. Curt Hennig goes back into the ring to beat the 10 count where Inoki is waiting. And it is going to be Hennig on the offensive here against Inoki, as Hennig with a running knee lift stuns Inoki. Super Crazy now back in the ring as Hennig continues to press the attack with a rolling neck snap. Hennig still on Inoki with a standing drop kick. Inoki again is stunned. Hennig can't get him to stay down. Here's a big forearm hammer delivered by Antonio Inoki. Now Super Crazy gets back into the fray, and he is going to jump on Curt Hennig. And it is Super Crazy with the fireman's drop, unsuccessful on Curt Hennig. That power move just doesn't work against either of these opponents. And now it is going to be a double team against Super Crazy. Inoki and Hennig have had enough of Super Crazy's antics, and it is going to be Hennig now on Super Crazy after that attack with a, he's going to pitch Super Crazy out of the ring. We've had enough of that guy. They pitch him out of the ring. And on a roll of 4, it is going to be Inoki attacking Hennig. So Hennig pitches Super Crazy out of the ring. Inoki takes the advantage on the attack and goes with a belly-to-belly suplex. And Hennig is hurt. Super Crazy now back in the ring as Inoki continues the attack with a belly-to-back suplex. And now it is going to be Super Crazy coming at Inoki with a leaping DDT onto Inoki, and Inoki is down. Super Crazy with a chance to do some damage here. He's going to go up for the death jump on Antonio Inoki. And on a roll of 5, again, it is Inoki who catches Super Crazy and pitches him down to the canvas. Death jump unsuccessful. Inoki now on the attack with the sleeper. Sleeper hold applied to Super Crazy. He's down to one knee. Inoki stays on him, jumping stomps. Inoki stays on him again. More jumping stomps delivered. Inoki follows that up with a drop kick, and this puts Super Crazy down. And now it's going to be Hennig jumping on Inoki. Hennig comes up on Inoki from behind with another cocky slap to the face. How about that? And now Super Crazy is going to be jumping on Hennig. Super Crazy with a lifting surfboard. He's got him up. Super Crazy continues to punish Hennig with that lifting surfboard. Hennig finally reverses his way out of that one with a hip toss that takes Super Crazy up, over, and down to the canvas. Inoki now jumping on Mr. Perfect. And Inoki comes at Mr. Perfect with a karate kick to the leg. Inoki coming at Hennig with a karate kick to the leg. Inoki follows that up with a drop kick onto Hennig. Hennig will not go down. He's staying in the fight here. And now a hard open hand slap delivered by Inoki. And Curt Hennig is still dazed. Inoki follows that up with a big body slam. And Hennig now is hurt. And it's going to be Super Crazy coming at Inoki with a lifting surfboard. And Inoki is hurt. Super Crazy now continues with that lifting surfboard. Hennig now jumping on Super Crazy as he gets up with a series of punches that puts Super Crazy down on the canvas. Now Inoki hits Hennig with a jumping stomp. And Hennig turns to Inoki and hits him with a series of punches. They're punching each other out here. Super Crazy comes with a sucker punch onto Curt Hennig and a chop to the chest of Curt Hennig. Hennig is dazed. Super Crazy stays after him with a Mexican arm drag. But Hennig quickly reverses that, and it is Hennig coming back with a standing drop kick out of the reversal, and that puts Super Crazy down. Can Hennig get a finish here? He gets the axe on Super Crazy, and Super Crazy is hurt. Hennig comes after him again with a snap suplex. And again, Super Crazy is hurt. Inoki now going to jump on Hennig, and Inoki with a jumping stomp onto Curt Hennig, and Hennig is dazed. Inoki follows that up with a big body slam, but Hennig gets out of that one, and Hennig comes back with a hip toss that takes Inoki over and down to the canvas. Hennig stays on the attack as Curt Hennig hits him with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Inoki, and on a roll of 7, it's a drop down, go the other way. And on a roll of 3, it is Inoki who gets the best of Curt Hennig and rolls him up for a pin. Super Crazy needs an 8 to break up the pin, which he does. So Hennig eats another point of fatigue, and the action starting to pick up here. If I can find my number 2. And now after Inoki attempts to pin Hennig, it is going to be Super Crazy jumping in. And he's going to try to steal the pin. Can Inoki stop the stealing of the pin? Yes, he can. So now we've got Super Crazy and Inoki getting after each other as they were in a dispute over who was going to pin Mr. Perfect, and it is Inoki with an inside leg trip that takes Super Crazy down to the mat. Super Crazy quickly up to his feet, another inside trip, and this time Super Crazy avoids that, and it is Super Crazy returning fire with a Mexican arm drag that takes Inoki down to the canvas. Now Hennig is going to get back involved with a big attack on Super Crazy from behind. He got him in the sleeper, got him from behind. He's going for he's taking him down to one knee, and Inoki now is going to jump in on Super Crazy. As Super Crazy has been put down, Inoki now catches him with a belly-to-back suplex. Inoki going for the pin. Hennig can make a pin save. Hennig fails on the pin save. The pin roll on Super Crazy now is 5, and on a roll of 10, Super Crazy able to kick out. Inoki still in control and pressing the attack on Super Crazy. But now Hennig is going to interrupt that, and Hennig comes after Inoki to prevent him from attacking Super Crazy, and it is Hennig with a series of punches that stuns Antonio Inoki. Hennig stays on the attack with a snapmare. Hennig follows up the snapmare with an arm drag. And now Super Crazy jumping in, and he gets in on Inoki, and it is Super Crazy attempting without success the fireman's drop onto Inoki, and the action will stall out here. And now we are going to have Super Crazy still on the offense against Antonio Inoki. This time it is Super Crazy with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Antonio Inoki, and on a roll of 11, that goes to the wrestler with the better ropes rating. They both are A-rated, so Super Crazy gets the advantage here and will continue his attack on Inoki on level 3 offense. And now it is Super Crazy going up once again for the death jump. He's tried this several times without success. This time on a roll of 10, it is the agility roll once again. That is even, so it is Super Crazy getting Inoki down to the canvas with the death jump. And the attack will continue with Super Crazy in control on Inoki. Super Crazy going for the moonsault. He's going to attempt a triple moonsault. This is a +2 fin. Actually, he'll save the triple moonsault for later. But he does have a +1 finisher on Inoki. The pin roll here would be a 3. Hennig gets a pin save on 8 or lower. And Hennig actually saves the pin. And after the pin attempt, it is going to be Super Crazy continuing his attack. And Super Crazy is now going to go for a series of turnbuckle punches onto Inoki. Inoki is hurt, and the attack will continue. Super Crazy now with a tilt-to-whirl backbreaker. And he's going to go for the cover. The pin roll now is 3. Can Hennig make the save? Yes, he does. But Inoki eats another point of fatigue. All 3 men beginning to get worn out. And now it is going to be Hennig trying to steal the pin. Can he steal the pin? He cannot, as Inoki kicks out of that. And now it is going to be Super Crazy jumping back onto Inoki with another attack. And Super Crazy is going to go for a Crazy Bomb. And he got all of the Crazy Bomb. Antonio Inoki rolls out of the ring and down to the arena floor. On the arena floor, it is going to be Super Crazy pursuing Antonio Inoki out to the arena floor. And on a roll of 7, it is Super Crazy winning the brawl on the arena floor with an Irish whip into the ring barricade. We go back into the ring where Curt Hennig now has the advantage on Super Crazy. As Super Crazy climbs back into the ring, Hennig catches him with a back suplex and takes him down. Crazy getting back to his feet as Antonio Inoki returns to the ring, and it is a standing drop kick delivered by Hennig that takes Super Crazy out of the ring. So Inoki comes back into the ring. Super Crazy is out of the ring and on a roll of 6. It is going to be Antonio Inoki attempting a diving attack on both of the opponents on the arena floor. Crazy is out of the ring. Hennig is out of the ring. Inoki is going to come through the ropes with a suicide dive, and he nails both of them. And he puts both of them down onto the mat. It's going to be Hennig, who Inoki rolls back into the ring. Super Crazy is down. Inoki on Hennig with the Cobra Twist. Will not be able to get him to submit. Super Crazy is still down as Inoki follows up with an enziguri onto Hennig. The pin roll here is a 6. Super Crazy still out of the ring. And on a roll of 9, Hennig able to kick out and the action will continue. Now Super Crazy is back in the ring. Inoki still on the offensive against Hennig with a sleeper hold. Sleeper hold applied. He is going to go for the submission here. The submission roll would be a 5, but Super Crazy gets the pin save attempt first and is able to break up the sleeper hold. Hennig will absorb another point of fatigue, and after breaking up the sleeper hold, it is going to be Super Crazy being shoved aside by Inoki. Inoki continues the attack on Hennig. And now it is going to be Inoki going up for a death jump on Mr. Perfect. And on a roll of 4, that is a disaster for Inoki as Hennig grabs him and throws him down to the canvas. Hennig now with the opportunity to attack on Inoki. And he is going to pitch Inoki out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on a roll of 1, it is going to be Hennig and Inoki battling it out on the arena floor. And on a roll of 10, it is Hennig who wins the battle on the arena floor. As Inoki is on the arena floor, Hennig coming back into the ring where Super Crazy is waiting. And it's going to be Hennig who gets the drop on Super Crazy. As Hennig hits him with a snapmare, and with a running knee lift, and takes him over and down. Hennig on Super Crazy now with another running knee lift. And as Inoki runs back into the ring, it is going to be Inoki jumping on Hennig. And Inoki hits Hennig with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Curt Hennig, and on a roll of 7, it is a running back elbow delivered by Inoki that stuns Curt Hennig. Super Crazy letting the action continue as Inoki comes with a series of karate kicks to the leg. And Hennig is still hurt. Inoki continues his attack, a diving knee drop, and that puts Hennig still hurt. Inoki follows that up with another diving knee drop. Hennig is still hurt. Super Crazy still recovering. As now a belly-to-back suplex executed by Inoki, and now Super Crazy is going to get involved, and he is going to jump back onto Inoki. And Super Crazy going to jump Inoki from behind with a Mexican arm drag. And Inoki is down. Hennig now is going to jump on Super Crazy. And Hennig on Super Crazy hits him with a series of punches. And Super Crazy is just going to go down to the canvas. Inoki's going to jump on Super Crazy. And Inoki hits Super Crazy with a drop kick. Super Crazy able to avoid the drop kick. Only a partial blow there as Super Crazy comes back and nails a leaping DDT on Antonio Inoki. He has a chance here to go for the cover. The pin roll would be a 4. Curt Hennig is going to try a pin save here. He is able to save the pin. And now it is going to be Hennig trying to steal the pin from Inoki on a roll of 5. And on a roll of 5, he may get him. Super Crazy attempting the save, and he's not able to get it done. So Curt Hennig is your winner after stealing the pinfall from Super Crazy. Super Crazy took down Inoki with a DDT, a leaping DDT. So Super Crazy with a leaping DDT on Inoki. But then Hennig steals the pin to get the win over Inoki. And now ain't nobody happy with nobody, as Hennig is your winner. Inoki is upset over losing the match. Super Crazy is upset with Hennig over Hennig stealing his pin. And I don't know what's going to happen now. We'll see what's going to happen now. It is going to be Super Crazy going on the offensive against Mr. Perfect. And Super Crazy and Mr. Perfect are going to slug it out. We're going to go to a gut check roll, and it is Super Crazy laying a beating onto Curt Hennig and sending Curt Hennig away, scurrying from ringside with Bobby the Brain Heenan by his side. So Super Crazy stands tall, but your winner by pinfall in this match is Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig. So yeah, lots of moving parts to that match. I hope that was easy enough for you to follow. Given the high-speed action and the differences in how each move plays itself out. But in the end, it was Curt Hennig stealing the victory from Super Crazy. Inoki eats the pinfall, and Inoki stays down while Hennig and Super Crazy mix it up after the bell. And so our next grudge match will probably pit Super Crazy against Mr. Perfect, as Crazy still showed himself to be indeed the crazy man that he is. All right, let's see if we can catch up here with the chat room. Jay Randis joined us. Jeff Stafford has joined us. Hello, fans. What have I missed? That was our third match of the night. Our opening contest saw Nick Bockwinkel gain a grudge match victory over Dr. Death Steve Williams by way of the Bockwinkel Sleeper. Then we saw new tag teams champions crowned in Pro Wrestling Mid-America as the Vachon Brothers, Mad Dog and Butcher, defeated the champions Wilbur, Snyder, and Danny Hodge, as Mad Dog got the pinfall on Danny Hodge with a pile driver. And in the match we just saw, it was Curt Hennig, your winner in the triple threat match. David Cheslinski joins us. Good evening to you, sir. And Dwayne March now has joined us. Hello to you, Dwayne. Check out that wonderful channel. So many wonderful YouTube content creators. It is a privilege and an honor to have each of you here in the chat room this evening for Heartland Championship Wrestling, as we bring you this hype event, the Heartland YouTube production event. Heartland Havoc 126, Become the Enemy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a championship match. This is for the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. This contest is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect. Introducing first the challenger. He stands at 6'9". He weighs 340 pounds, out of Eagle Pass, Texas. This is Blackjack Mulligan. And his opponent is your reigning and defending Atlantic Heavyweight Champion out of Humboldt, Iowa. Humboldt, Iowa's own. Standing at 5'11", weighing 208 pounds, this is Frank Gotch. So Gotch defending against Blackjack Mulligan here in our next contest. Championship dice coming into play as Gotch takes on Mulligan for the Atlantic title. And it is Mulligan coming out on the attack. And he comes out with a big body slam that takes Gotch down, and Gotch slow to get to his feet. Mulligan easily the more powerful man in this match. Frank Gotch with the agility advantage, as Mulligan comes in with a running stomp that keeps Frank Gotch on the mat. Mulligan starting off with the rough stuff. Another running stomp keeps Frank Gotch down, as Mulligan follows that up with a blatant claw choke. He's just choking him now. Referee putting the count on him. Finally, at the count of 4, Blackjack Mulligan releases the choke and goes with a big boot to the face. And Gotch is down. Gotch is down. Blackjack now comes at him with a trapezius claw, trying to wear the man down. Gotch working his way back up to one knee. Mulligan stays on him with that blatant claw choke again. And the referee again warning Blackjack Mulligan about those dirty tactics. Blackjack Mulligan continues on the attack with a big lariat. And that takes Gotch up, over, and down to the arena floor. He lariated him out of his boots. And Gotch now is on the arena floor and on a roll of 9. It is Blackjack Mulligan winning the brawl on the arena floor. With a clothesline off of the ring apron. Another big lariat delivered to by Mulligan on the arena floor. Frank Gotch in big trouble here, as Mulligan comes at him again with a trapezius claw. And Gotch still down on the mat and hurting in the center of the ring. And Mulligan pitches him out of the ring again. And down to the arena floor. And this time Frank Gotch is just going to be forced to make that helpless crawl back into the ring, where Mulligan is waiting. And Mulligan goes back to the trapezius claw. Gotch trying to get back to his feet. Mulligan's on him with a series of clubbing forearms. And finally, Gotch able to battle back. Gotch comes back and gets a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Blackjack Mulligan, and on a roll of 7, it is a running back elbow delivered by Frank Gotch that stuns Mulligan. Gotch now is going to go with the Iowa backdrop that takes Mulligan up, over, and down to the canvas hard, and Mulligan is going to roll out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on the arena floor, it is going to be Blackjack Mulligan winning the battle on the arena floor, with a backdrop onto the announcer's table. So Frank Gotch has been put through the announcer's table, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a commotion at ringside. We have a disturbance at ringside, as into ringside has come Paul Orndorff. Orndorff is looking for revenge against Mulligan. These two had a brawl in the #1 contenders match, and Orndorff ended up getting himself disqualified. And now Orndorff has attacked Blackjack Mulligan on the arena floor. And when we go to the outside interference chart on a roll of 6, it is Orndorff attacking Mulligan with a deadly specialty move. He caught him with a brutal knee lift on the arena floor. Will we see a disqualification here on a roll of 5? We will not. And Orndorff rolls Mulligan back into the ring. And it is Mulligan who is now at the mercy of Frank Gotch, as Orndorff has done his damage. And Orndorff is going to remain at ringside. He's now arguing with referees at ringside, as Gotch takes control back in the ring with a reverse Nelson. Reverse Nelson applied by Frank Gotch. That is going to cost Mulligan a point of fatigue. So Mulligan fighting battles on both fronts here, as Orndorff is being backed halfway up the ring ramp by the referees. Still at ringside, as Mulligan is suffering from Frank Gotch, and now here is Gotch with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Mulligan, and Mulligan, with an incredible skull-splitting running lariat, sends Frank Gotch down to the mat hard. And ladies and gentlemen, Paul Orndorff has been escorted away from ringside, but the damage has been done. And that big lariat has put Frank Gotch down and out of the ring yet again. And on a roll of 7, it is Mulligan doing more damage on the arena floor with an Irish whip into the ring barricade. Mulligan now back in control with a knee to the gut. That is a choice H maneuver, choice H. So that will either be death jump A or power of 8 or lower. So he's going to go 8 or lower for the knee to the gut. And on a roll of 9, Frank Gotch able to avoid the knee to the gut. And it is Gotch who comes back with a headlock and trips Mulligan down to the canvas. Gotch executing a technical move there. He's going to follow that up with a headbutt that stuns Blackjack. And another headlock and trip takes Blackjack back down to the canvas. Gotch controlling the action here, but not really able to do much damage. And now it is Gotch with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Blackjack, and it's a big kick by Gotch that stuns Blackjack. And now following that up with another Iowa backdrop. Gotch going for the pin. The pin roll here is 3 or lower. And on a roll of 3, he got him. How about that? Frank Gotch with the Iowa backdrop on Blackjack Mulligan to retain the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. So congratulations to Frank Gotch, and Blackjack Mulligan is going to have some speaks with Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff if he can catch him. Orndorff was escorted away from the ring by multiple referees after interfering in that match that allowed Gotch to recover and get back into a more competitive state. And it was Gotch who was able to use his technical superiority and put put Mulligan onto the canvas with the Iowa backdrop for the pin. So a fine match indeed for Frank Gotch, with a little help from an unwanted alliance or an unwanted nuisance, an unwanted scoundrel at ringside in the person of Paul Orndorff. All right. Quick drink here to wet the whistle, and we will keep it going. As the chat room, some booze for Frank Gotch. Mark Ferguson rooting for Blackjack, and Mark Ferguson not going to be at all happy with the actions of Paul Orndorff and his involvement in that match. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have another match for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. And this should be an outstanding matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit. Disqualification rules will be in effect for this one. This match is for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger. Out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, standing at 5'11", weighing 235 pounds, this is Bret Hart. And his opponent is your reigning and defending Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Champion out of Sarasota, Florida. Da, 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 da. It is, standing at 6'1", weighing 248 pounds, it is the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Randy Savage, so popular that his theme music is being played at graduation ceremonies all around the country. Because who doesn't love the Macho Man? Ooh, yeah! We're ready for action. Citizen's arrest. Mark Ferguson has placed a citizen's arrest on the person of Paul Orndorff. Good luck with that, my friend. As it is the Macho Man who gets the advantage here against Bret Hart and fires him up with a series of quick jabs. The agility between these men is even. Macho Man has a slight power advantage. And after the quick jabs, it is Bret Hart who is going to fire back. And it is Bret Hart who is going to attempt a knee to the stomach. This is a choice F maneuver. He'll need a roll of 6 or lower to complete that. That ain't going to happen. As Macho Man keeps on the attack, putting Bret Hart down onto the canvas and scoring with a running knee to the back that stuns Bret Hart. Bret Hart down on the mat and in some pain as Macho Man with a vaulting neck snap that sends Bret Hart out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And here we go. Both these men A-rated brawlers. And on a roll of 7, it is going to be Macho Man winning the brawl on the arena floor and slamming the head of Bret Hart into the ring apron. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we all know the ring apron is the hardest part of the ring. As the Macho Man takes control with another vaulting neck snap. Bret Hart still down. What's the Macho Man going to do here? He is going to pitch Hart out of the ring again. Will we see shenanigans? We will not see shenanigans yet. And on a roll of 4, it is Bret Hart who wins the brawl on the arena floor and drops the throat of Randy the Macho Man Savage onto the steel security railing. So these men both going all out inside the ring and out as Bret Hart now is in control, and he's going to go for the sharpshooter. He's going right to the sharpshooter. The submission roll here will be 4 or lower. And on a roll of 6, Macho Man able to get to the ropes. Maybe a little early in that match to expect a submission, but Hart wanted to send a message there and maybe do a little damage along the way, locking in that sharpshooter. But Macho Man able to get to the ropes, and now a second rope elbow drop delivered by Bret Hart. As Solo Promoter joins us here tonight. Welcome, Grant, to the chat room. Bret Hart battling Randy the Macho Man Savage for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. And now it is Hart with a hair pull and a punch to the side of the head. Savage not liking that, and he just fires back with a slap to the face of Bret the Hitman Hart. Macho Man follows that up with a big neckbreaker clothesline. He's got him down for a pin, but the pin roll is only a 1, so no need to put a roll in on that. Bret Hart now eats a point of fatigue, and Savage is in control, and Savage with a flying axe handle down to the arena floor. He can do that once per match out to the arena floor. And in that instance, it becomes an add 1 maneuver. One-time mechanic on Macho Man's chart. The move is a flying axe handle. And once per match, Savage can do this to the opponent on the floor. So Hart is down and he's hurt. Action now back out of the ring again. And this time on a roll of 8, it is Savage winning the brawl on the arena floor and just throwing Bret Hart out into the crowd. Savage says, "Hey, Grant Bachoco, welcome to our ringside tonight here in Houston. How would you like a nice Bret Hart in your lap to enjoy your night?" So Grant Bachoco, no sooner does he get seated than he's got Bret Hart in his lap. Hart gets up off of the lap of Grant Bachoco and comes back into the ring where the Macho Man is waiting with bad intentions. And it is the Macho Man now with another flying axe handle, this one in the ring on Bret Hart. Macho Man follows that up with a, not going to do the whip to the ropes. He's going to roll up. And instead, he will hit Bret Hart with a series of jabs. Quick jabs delivered by the Macho Man. Macho Man follows that up by pulling Hart, attempting a grinding headlock. But Hart able to reverse that. Hart now taking over control with a reverse atomic drop that stuns Randy Savage. Hart now back on the offense. He's going to try that knee to the stomach again. He is going to need a roll of 6 or lower to hit that. This time he does hit it. And Savage hurt by that. Hart's going to try and roll him up in a small package. He'll get a pin on a roll of snake eyes. But on a roll of 10, Savage able to kick out. Hart back in control. And Hart now going for a stomp to the midsection. Savage rolls out. Both men get to their feet. Savage gets the advantage as they come back together again. And Savage with another slap to the face of the Hitman. And the Hitman now seething as Savage hits him with another series of quick jabs. And now Hart is going to fire right back with a reverse chinlock on the Macho Man. Again, both men getting to their feet. Savage breaks free of the chinlock and comes back with a big suplex that takes Hart up, over, and down to the canvas. Macho Man following that up with a big elbow to the head. Hart fires back, and Hart just picks up Savage and stuns him with a backbreaker down hard across the knee. Savage is hurt. Hart comes at him with a reverse atomic drop. And again, Savage is hurt. Hitman stays on him now with a backbreaker again across the knee. Savage slow to get to his feet as Hart stays on him. Hart now with another backbreaker. He's going to go for the cover here. The pin roll 3 or lower. And on a roll of 6, Savage able to kick out. But Hart now has taken control. Methodically working over his man and now going for another second rope elbow drop. And he drops the elbow on Savage, and Savage rolls out of the ring and down to the arena floor. And on the arena floor, on a roll of 7, it is going to be the Hitman winning the brawl on the arena floor with an Irish whip into the ring steps. Randy Savage bouncing off the ring steps. Hitman stays on him. Hitman now going up for the death jump. Surprisingly, both these men B-rated on the death jump chart, and on a roll of 9, it is a flying clothesline delivered by Bret Hart off of the top rope that puts Savage back down onto the canvas. Hart now going to go up for another death jump. And another flying clothesline puts Savage down again. Now Hart goes to the sharpshooter. Sharpshooter has been applied. The submission roll here will be 7 or lower. 7 or lower will be a submission, and on a roll of 9, Savage desperately able to crawl his way to the bottom rope and force the hold to be broken. Savage has now managed to crawl free of the sharpshooter twice. And by all accounts, he is hoping not to have to do it again. Hart still in control. Hart with a stomp to the midsection. Savage finally struggles to his feet. They come together in the center of the ring, and it is going to be Savage now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Bret Hart, and on a roll of 9, it is a big kick delivered by Randy Savage to Bret Hart. Savage now with a knee drop onto Bret Hart. Hart slow, trying to get to his feet. Running knee to the back, delivered by Savage, and Hart now goes down. Hart is down. What is Savage going to do? Savage is going to go up for a death jump. Death jump coming up from Savage. And on a roll of 8, it is the Macho Man with a flying double axe handle off of the top turnbuckle, putting Bret Hart back down onto the canvas. Another death jump coming up for the Macho Man. Death jump again, climbing. Macho Man again climbing to the top rope and again scoring with a double axe handle blow onto the head of Bret the Hitman Hart. Hart is stunned, and now Savage is going up for the flying elbow smash. A flying elbow smash has been delivered. That is a +3 finisher. The pin roll here is 6 or lower. And on a roll of 6, he got him. How about that? Fine matchup between Randy Savage and Bret Hart. As it is the Macho Man with the flying elbow drop winning and successfully retaining his Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. And that is at least a 4-star match, if not better. As those two men went back and forth, very strong competition. Bret Hart on 2 occasions nearly took the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship away from Savage. But in the end, it was Savage who went to the top rope, delivered that double axe handle blow that put Savage in control, put Hart down onto the canvas, and set the stage for the finish with the flying elbow drop. All right, great match for the Hitman and the Macho Man. And now we have 2 matches remaining, and these are our world title matches for the evening. As Mark Ferguson has returned to ringside in a neck brace. Not surprising. Mark Ferguson probably took a pile driver on the locker room floor there, trying to exact his revenge upon one Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. All right, speaking of Match of the Year candidates, the following contest is a World Tag Team Championship match, and it is no disqualification, as these 2 teams have been battling it out, the Midnight Express and the Steiner Brothers. Midnight Express held the World Heavyweight Championship until the Steiner Brothers won the Filsinger Cup Tag Team Tournament last October and took the belts away from the Midnights in their subsequent match. Then we had a rematch that took place. Let me look up when the rematch took place. In the rematch between the Steiners and the Midnights, let's see, that took place at our last pay-per-view. At our December 28th pay-per-view that took place in Detroit. It was the Steiners and the Midnights. And it was Jim Cornette jumping onto the ring apron with the tennis racket. Rick Steiner grabbed the racket away from Jim Cornette and used it to nail Stan Lane. And it was the Midnights who were awarded the victory by disqualification after Rick hit Stan Lane with the tennis racket. So now we are back together again for a rematch for the championship. And this time it will be conducted under no disqualification rules. As JT 2.0, the greatest JT of all time, has joined us here in the chat room for tonight's matches. You're just in time for our 2 World Heavyweight Championship matches. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit. And this match is no disqualification rules. This match is for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers. Led to the ring by the one and only James E. Cornette. And a total combined weight of 458 pounds. Collectively known as the Midnight Express, it is Sweet Stan Lane and beautiful Bobby Eaton. All right, so Jim Cornette, the Louisville Lip, laying all kinds of bad lip on the Steiner Brothers, and they ain't even here yet. But the fans are geared up and ready for the arrival of the reigning and defending NWA World Tag Team Champions. At a total combined weight of 525 pounds from Bay City, Michigan, it is Rick and Scott, the Steiner Brothers. All right, so we are ready to go here for your World Tag Team Championship match. It will be Scotty Steiner in the ring to start things off against Sweet Stan Lane, under the watchful eye of one James E. Cornette at ringside. And the opening initiative role will be won by Stan Lane as they come together in the center of the ring. It's an eye poke. An eye poke delivered by Stan Lane. Scott Steiner not very happy about that. And he just picks up and tries to get Stan Lane in a fireman's carry, but Lane, too swift for that, slips out the back door of the fireman's carry, and it is Lane now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Scotty Steiner, and on a roll of 6, it is a reversal. And it is Stan Lane who is sent careening into the turnbuckle. And on a roll of 2, it is Stan Lane who sidesteps Scotty Steiner. And Steiner hits the turnbuckle hard, flips over the ring and down to the arena floor. And already we go out to the arena floor. Remember, this is no disqualification rules. It's anything goes. And on a roll of 7, it is Stan Lane winning the brawl on the arena floor and just hurling Scotty Steiner into the lap of Grandpa Choco in the crowd. So Grandpa Choco, the most popular man in Houston tonight, as he rids himself of one Scotty Steiner. Steiner rolling back into the ring where Stan Lane is waiting, doing a little dance, and now the Midnight Lariat, delivered by Stan Lane, puts Scotty back down onto the floor. And in the chat room now we have Jim Lawrence, a.k.a. referee James Lawrence III. Welcome, my friend, to tonight's World Tag Team Championship match. Bobby Eaton now in the ring and in control against Scott Steiner with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Scotty Steiner, and on a roll of 7, it is the drop down. Coming back the other way is Scotty, and on a roll of 6, it is Scotty with a flying shoulder tackle that puts Bobby Eaton down to the canvas. Steiner now in control with a single leg Boston Crab. Eaton working his way to his feet. Scotty's going to tag Brother Rick into the match for the first time. Ooh, 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 ooh. Scotty Steiner now into the tagging into Brother Rick, and Rick with a big elbow drop onto Bobby Eaton. Eaton going to try and make the defensive tag, and on a roll of 6 tags Sweet Stan Lane back into the match. And it is Lane now moving out against Rick Steiner. Lane now with a big back suplex, and Steiner just gets right up from that. Lane tries to execute some sort of a power slam. That ain't going to happen against big Rick Steiner, the dog-faced gremlin who powers his way out of that one and just will not let Stan Lane run the ropes. And instead it is Steiner with a series of cross-face shots delivered to Stan Lane. Lane not able to make the tag as Rick Steiner continues to do his damage with another big elbow drop. And this time it is Lane rolling out of the way of the elbow drop, and Lane firing back with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Rick Steiner, and on a roll of 4, it is Lane running the ropes and flipping out over onto the over the top rope and down to the arena floor. Now Lane is on the outside of the ring, and he will be forced to make that helpless crawl back into the ring where Rick Steiner is waiting and the fans are woofing. Steiner now, what's he going to do? He's just going to knock Lane off of the ring apron and back down to the floor. Lane back out on the arena floor, and this time on a roll of 5. Let's see, ring B5 is a clean win for Stan Lane. Lane grabs Rick Steiner by the back of the neck and Irish whips him into the ring steps. This is a no disqualification situation here, so Lane can do whatever he wants. And he is going to bring Rick Steiner back into the ring and attempt a death jump. Death jump coming up from Stan Lane, and on a roll of 9, it is Lane getting all of that one and putting Steiner back down onto the mat. Now here comes Bobby Eaton into the ring for a double team. And on a roll of 6, it is a bone-crunching double clothesline delivered by the Midnight Express that again puts Rick Steiner flat on his back in the center of the ring, where Eaton now is able to take control. And Eaton now is going to go for a finisher. He is going to go for the Vegematic, a +3 finishing move. As Eaton comes down onto Rick Steiner with a Vegematic, the pin roll here is 6, which means that Scotty Steiner has to make the pin save attempt, and on a roll of 6, Scotty is able to make the save. And Rick eats the first point of fatigue of the match. That makes Lane once again the legal man in the ring. What is Lane going to do on Rick Steiner? He is going to not let Rick Steiner roll out of the ring, and instead it is going to be Lane with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Rick Steiner. And on a roll of 7, it is Steiner reversing the whip to the turnbuckle. Lane comes off the turnbuckle the other way and into a big kick by Rick Steiner that puts Steiner back on the offensive. Tag back into Brother Scotty. Scotty coming in on the offense against Stan Lane with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Stan Lane, and on a roll of 8, it is a running back elbow by Scotty Steiner that stuns Stan Lane. Scotty Steiner follows that up with a forearm shot. This is a choice B maneuver. He can either go whip to the turnbuckle, or he can go agility. And Stan Lane surprisingly has a turnbuckle rating of C, so we will see the whip to the turnbuckle. And on a roll of 8, it is a big kick by Scotty that stuns Stan Lane. Scotty Steiner still in control. And now goes for the fallaway slam. And Stan Lane is still hurt. Steiner follows that up with another fallaway slam. And now it is going to be Stan Lane desperately trying to get over and tag in his partner. He is unable to do so. And Scotty, with a chance to do some damage here, goes to the tilt-a-whirl slam. And Lane again is hurt. Tag to Brother Rick. Here comes a double team for the Steiners. And on a roll of 5, it is a bone-crunching double clothesline delivered by Rick and Scotty that puts Lane back down onto the canvas. Jim Cornette from ringside looking on with great concern as Rick now is in control. And Rick is going to go for a German suplex. This is a choice H maneuver, which either means death jump or agility. The agility roll would be 6 or lower, and the death jump would be A. Rick's not a death jump kind of guy, so he'll try the agility move, and he is able to connect with the German suplex that puts Lane back down onto the canvas. And Lane is again going to try and roll over and make the tag to Beautiful Bobby. And on a roll of 12, he is unable to do so. Steiner now remains in control. And Steiner now with another big belly-to-belly suplex. Lane is down. And Rick with a chance to do some more damage here. He goes to another belly-to-belly suplex. Desperation tag attempted by Stan Lane, and he finally gets there. So Beautiful Bobby now comes into the ring. Fresh man coming in with a fist drop onto Rick Steiner. Steiner gets right up from that. And another fist drop delivered. Rick going to try and make the tag to his brother, unable to get there. As now Eaton is in control and is going to go for a spinning neck breaker, which is a choice E maneuver. He'll need 9 or lower to hit the spinning neck breaker, and he got him over and down. And Rick Steiner is hurt, slow to get to his feet. Eaton stays on him. Vertical suplex. Rick again down, and this time able to make the tag to brother Scotty. Scotty Steiner coming into the ring against Bobby Eaton with a hip lock. Eaton able to work his way out of the hip lock on the reversal. And Eaton comes back and gets a double goozle onto Scotty with the help of Stan Lane. That is a double team move and an add 1. And Scotty eats a point of fatigue. Stan Lane now the legal man in the ring. And it is going to be Lane with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Scott Steiner. And on a roll of 11, the man with the better ropes rating takes control. Both these men A-rated, so Stan Lane maintains control. He now has a chance to do some damage on level 3 offense. And they are going to go for a finisher. When teaming with Bobby Eaton, a roll of 5 is the rocket launcher. That's a +2 finisher. So the pin roll here is 5. And on a roll of 6, Scotty just got his leg over the bottom rope, barely escapes. And Stan Lane now is back on the offensive. Actually, Bobby Eaton now the legal man in the ring after the double team. And it is going to be Eaton taking Scotty Steiner out of the ring and down to the arena floor. Eaton, the only A-rated brawler in this match, I believe. No, Rick is an A, Scotty's a B, Eaton's an A, and Lane is a B. So it is A versus B on the arena floor. And on a roll of 4, it is the odd-even roll for Scotty Steiner. There's no disqualification roll, but on an even roll, Scotty Steiner will win the brawl. But on a roll of 1, it is Eaton who wins the brawl on the arena floor with a body slam onto the concrete. So Scotty Steiner taking some punishment here at the hands of Bobby Eaton, and now it is Eaton going up for a top rope elbow that stuns Scotty. Scotty trying to get to his feet. Eaton stays on him with a big vertical suplex, and now Scotty is down. Scotty is down. Eaton again with a chance to do some damage here. And now they're going back to the Vegematic. That is the +3 finisher. Rick's got to attempt to save. And on a roll of 4, Rick able to make the save, but the Steiner brothers have used their last pin save attempt. And the Midnights haven't even taken a single point of fatigue yet. Eaton back to the dark side. +3 finisher. The pin roll here 8 or lower. And on a roll of 12, Scotty able to kick out. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. Surviving the Vegematic from Bobby Eaton. Now Lane is the legal man in the ring, and it is going to be Lane with a Midnight Lariat that puts Scotty back on the canvas. Lane stays on him. Flurry of karate kicks, the educated feet of Sweet Stan Lane. Scotty goes down. Lane's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 6. And on a roll of 10, Scotty again able to kick out. He is enduring all kinds of punishment here. Can Lane finish him off? Can Scotty rally? Lane's going up for a death jump. And on a roll of 9, Lane hits another big double axe handle blow off of the top turnbuckle. Steiner is down. Here comes Bobby for a double team. And on a roll of 3, it is a deadly face-first double suplex. The pin roll now is 7. And on a roll of 9, Scotty kicks out again. I do not believe it. Scotty digging deep. The fans here in Houston are on their feet. Eaton now is the legal man in the ring. Eaton goes up for the death jump. And on the roll of 8, Eaton delivers the death jump onto Scotty Steiner. Scotty is still down. Eaton now goes back to the Vegematic. The pin roll now is 11, and if he kicks out of this one, I'm a monkey's uncle. And on a roll of 5, he got him. So my goodness, Scotty Steiner showed all kinds of resilience there before finally taking the fall. A total of 7 fatigue tokens endured by Scotty Steiner, and a flawless victory for the Midnights, as Eaton gets the pin on Scotty by way of the Vegematic, and the Midnight Express has regained the NWA World Tag Team Championship. So an admirable performance put up by the Steiner brothers, but the outcome of this match was never really in jeopardy, especially when Eaton and Lane got Scotty isolated, hit him with the Vegematic repeatedly. Lane also delivering a rocket launcher onto Scotty, and it was just more than Scotty could take, and Rick had done everything he could do. And your winners and new NWA World Tag Team Champions is the team of Bobby Eaton and Sweet Stan Lane, the Midnight Express. And as we check the record books, this will be the second reign for Eaton and Lane. When they captured the World Tag Team titles last July, that was their first ever World Championship run. They held the belts from July through November. And now here on February 8th have regained the belts from the Steiner Brothers. The Steiner Brothers now 4-time NWA World Tag Team Champions. Outstanding title match, says Mark Ferguson. ID Jester joins us here at ringside for our main event of the evening. Welcome, ID Jester. Good to see you, man. It's been too long, and always a pleasure. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you your main event of the evening. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. With a 60-minute time limit, disqualification rules will be in effect. This match is for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. Out of Tampa, Florida, standing at 6'1", weighing 270 pounds, winner of the 2025 Buckeye Bowl, my version of the Royal Rumble. This is Hercules Hernandez. And his opponent is your reigning and defending World Heavyweight Champion out of San Francisco, California. He stands at 6'1". He weighs 243 pounds. This is the winner of the 2024 Filsinger Cup Men's Tournament, Pat Patterson. So yeah, Pat Patterson came out of nowhere to win the Filsinger Cup and parlayed that into a surprising World Championship victory over Barry Windham, and now it is Patterson defending against another upstart, Hercules Hernandez, winner of the Buckeye Bowl. So a couple of unexpected champions here. Hercules coming out of nowhere. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, he has no real alliances other than he did come to the defense on one occasion of Hiro Matsuda, who trained Hercules, but he has been courted by managers. He has been courted by babyface would-be partners, and Hercules thus far has been his own man, and does not even yet have a territorial contract. He was a wild card entrant into the Buckeye Bowl. First time I ever broke out his card from expansion Pack 12. Won the Buckeye Bowl coming in at number 3, and is here tonight for his shot at the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Didn't Les Nessman win the Buckeye Bowl in Cincinnati? That may well be true. One never knows, does one? Certainly, Les Nessman was a loser in Cincinnati in the turkey drop competition. So nice old-time reference there by Mark Ferguson. And we are ready to roll here in Houston for tonight's main event, and it will be Hercules taking the opening initiative role. And Hercules comes out with an attempt at an elbow smash. That is an agility move, and Pat Patterson easily ducks away from that one. Patterson with the agility advantage in this match. Hercules the power advantage. But it is Patterson now in control, and Patterson ducked that elbow smash, got down low on Hercules, spun him around with an airplane spin, and just dumped Hercules onto the canvas. Hercules is down, and Patterson is immediately in control, and he goes to the figure 4 leg lock. He does a point of fatigue. That's an add 1 move. He's also going to get a submission attempt here on a roll of 4 or lower, And on a roll of 6, it is Hercules who is able to survive, but Hercules already in some trouble here and favoring that right knee after the figure 4 leg lock by Patterson. Patterson's going to go right to the bombs away. This is his +2 finisher. He's got Hercules immobilized. The pin roll here will be 7. And on a roll of 4, he got him. And just like that, as God is my witness, Pat Patterson, in just a matter of about 2 minutes, has dispatched Hercules Hernandez with the bombs away. And before the crowds were even seated, Pat Patterson has successfully defended his NWA World Heavyweight Championship against Hercules Hernandez. I do not believe what I just saw. How quickly was Hercules put to the side by Pat Patterson, your reigning and defending and still NWA World Heavyweight Champion, as a result of tonight's main event. So yeah, great crowd here tonight. Thank you to everybody for coming out this evening. It's going to be a lot of folks that I need to acknowledge. As Salvador America, Mark Ferguson, Al Red Sox fan, Jim Lawrence, ID Jester, JT 2.0, Jeff Stafford, Grant Bachoco, Jay Randus, Dwayne Martz, check out that wonderful channel, David Cheslinski, Cleveland baseball fan 879, Hi Lie Heyday, Derek Bauman. Thank you one and all for tuning in tonight for Heartland Havoc 126, Become the Enemy. And I got to say, the Savage Hart match was the best match of the show. The PWMA Heavyweight Championship. As Pat Patterson made quick work of Hercules Hernandez, and the Midnights were never really threatened in their title match. So congratulations to all of tonight's winners. As far as things on the channel here tomorrow, of course, I will be on the channel with another broadcast of my journey with Jesus for those of you so inclined. And then on Monday, I will be doing another recording session with Brock Atkinson and Mike Fortune, a.k.a. Mike Delf-Ketty, my good buddies from Brockstar, whatever Brock calls his Twitch and YouTube channels. They're going to do another review of Legends. I was privileged to be a guest on that show that dropped this past Monday, as we talked about Sergeant Slaughter. And Monday I will be recording another show with Brock and Mike that I think will drop the following Monday. So next week we will be back on the channel with more Heartland Championship Wrestling action on Saturday, and who knows, maybe some other surprises along the way from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in tonight. It is a privilege to have you here with me. And until next time, that's our stream, and I am out of here.